हमेशा स्क्रीन चेंज करने का प्रॉब्लम आता रहता है पर
other companies who are building it within the country. And then the part we talked about a little bit more was the applications. Where will we deploy all that, which is where our focus will be.
Microsoft is among the companies pledging big dollars to invest in India. The company's president, Brad Smith, has been warning about the growing global divide when it comes to AI use and adoption, calling for urgent action to prevent the global south from getting left behind the global north. I discussed with Brad Smith whether these risks also apply to India.
If you look across the global south, I think India stands out as a place where there's a lot of cause for optimism. We're seeing investments. Microsoft, we announced a $17 billion 5-year investment here in India. You see other companies doing the same thing. You see skilling moving forward. We're launching this week a new initiative to provide AI skills to 2 million teachers. We see across the economy the government putting AI to use, but even more so, I would say the private sector, large enterprises, but startups. I mean, this is a land of unicorns, more than 100. And that collectively generates, I think, the kind of demand that ultimately will put AI to the engineering population. The size of the engineering population, the quality of the engineering population, the role it plays, not only in creating technology for India, but really for the entire world.
Brad, when you look at the sort of India landscape, and you mentioned the startups there, you know, a lot of the infrastructure that is being built by international companies like Microsoft and others as well. The models, those frontier models, are coming from companies like OpenAI, like Google, etc. Does India have the ability to compete on that frontier?
I think India does. First of all, look at China and look at the open source models coming out of China. If you look at that, I think one quickly recognizes that with India's experience, if you look at the India stack, if you look at the array of software engineering talent, I think you quickly conclude that India too can be a place where models are developed. It will take certain improvements, and some of this is what we're focused on at Microsoft. It is improving multilingual model capability. That means upstream investments in more data and data sets. It means providing more tools so that in a variety of Indic and Asian languages, it is easier to evaluate the performance of models. Think of that as the infrastructure needed, if you will, for frontier model or other model development.
And could there be a DeepSeek moment almost out of India in your view, or will India just kind of always be near but not on that frontier?
I think almost inevitably we'll see different models emerge at different times in different places for different use cases. So think of a variety of different DeepSeek moments, as you put it. And some of those will be in India, some will be in China, some will be in many other countries. And increasingly we may see more specialized uses. But in each instance, I think we'll find a month when a different company with a different model is sort of seizing the headlines. Some of that will happen here in India.
Global chip manufacturer Qualcomm has been expanding its capabilities in India. It recently completed the tape-out of a 2-nanometer chip designed in India amid its continued investment in the country. CEO Cristiano Amon says India is becoming the key link in global technology supply chains.
I think one outside the United States, one of the largest, I think, R&D sites for Qualcomm is India. We have, you know, across multiple locations. And And what we have done historically, I think, as a very heavy engineering company, I think our teams in India are doing the same type of R&D that our teams, do back in the United States. And as a company that's always pushing, I think, the limits of technology, 2 nanometer is the latest process technology. Not only we have 2 nanometer chips that are designed in the United States, we have 2 nanometer chips that are designed right here in India. And I think speaks to the role that India has in technology and semiconductors. I think not only the manpower and the ability to have design that is made in India, not only for Indian companies, but for global companies, going from that to the manufacture of electronics. You see now iPhones are made in India. Many of our customers are thinking about building their products in India. And it goes.
मार्केट का ज्ञान नहीं है, टेंशन मत लो। एंजल वन ऐप है, सब कुछ सिंपल बना देता है। बस ओपन करो, एक्सप्लोर करो, इन्वेस्ट।
From having a diversified, I think, semiconductor supply chain.
Where do you think, just on that manufacturing point, India will be able to play? Because, in terms of domestic manufacturers, they don't have anyone like TSMC, for example, or like Samsung at this point, who can, manufacture on the leading edge nodes. So what's going to be India's manufacturing strategy around semiconductors?
Look, maybe I'll step back. In general, I think we need more manufacturing of semiconductors everywhere. And it doesn't, even as you said it correctly, I think we're seeing TSMC in the United States, TSMC going to other locations, and India could be a destination for foundries as well. But also,